Hi, today I'm here to introduce you to my friend, Russ Hearn. Russ, thank you for coming on the Butler Bus.
And thanks for having me. I'm glad
bet.
to be here.
Well, I really wanted to educate our audience on an organization that is near and dear to your heart because you're a volunteer.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
And that is called the S.C.O.R.E organization.
Right.
So let's start off by saying, what is S.C.O.R.E?
What is S.C.O.R.E? Well, S.C.O.R.E used to stand for Senior Corps of Retired Executives.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's no longer PC to say that.
Okay.
We don't want to talk about seniors, especially executives. So, yeah, it's an organization that's been around since the 60s.
Right.
There's about 40 of us in the Pittsburgh market. We're part of that market, Butler County. I represent Butler County and help Butler County small businesses.
Sure.
There are tens of thousands, 11,000, I take that back, 11,000 volunteers all across the United States for S.C.O.R.E. We are no charge help for small business. We help them in every way that we can, whether it's generational changes,
Right.
transitions, or if they want to grow, or if they've got an idea for a product. And
Writing a business plan.
Writing
which
a
is-
business plan. Big
Every
deal.
time I've ever said to somebody, do you have a business plan? They look at me like,
Yeah.
because it's so much work. It's intimidating.
Sure.
And you kind of help with, get that help with that burden a little bit.
We do, and we make it easy. We make it easy. It should be challenging to the point where if it's successful, you can really have something to show for it.
Right.
So we counsel folks and help them understand what needs to be in a business plan so that they can present it to the folks that might want to fund them, for example.
Right, which capital is incredibly important.
Very important. Most people come to me wanting a business plan so that they can go find capital either from investors or from banks.
Right, right. And how long have you been doing this?
Well, it's 4 years.
Okay.
Yep. And, I retired.
Right.
And my wife said to me, well, you need to find something to do. I married you for better or for worse, but not for lunch. So I said, well, maybe I go back to S.C.O.R.E. Because 25 years ago, I was a S.C.O.R.E client.
Oh, were you?
I needed a business plan. Didn't know
Okay.
how to write one. So I went to S.C.O.R.E, and that's where I learned to
So you're giving back.
And that's just what we do to give back. Yes.
Yeah. I would think, too, it would be so rewarding to be able to help somebody. Like, I'm
Yes.
a teacher, and helping students in the classroom
Yeah.
fills my heart. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very fulfilling for you, too.
Well, for me, I get to learn something every day.
Right.
I don't know about every business. I know a lot about general business and some specifics, but I get to ask a lot of questions about how a business operates that I'm not familiar with, so I get to learn too.
Right.
In this process.
So could you tell us, like, some of the types of businesses that you have worked?
Oh, boy.
Industries?
Donut shops,
Okay.
restaurants, engineering companies that manufacture a thing,
Right.
that is used all across the world. Exercise coaches,
Okay.
personal coaches we've done, commercial real estate purchasing,
Okay.
rentals, housing rental, folks that are building that kind of a portfolio.
Right. So all
you
different
name
kind
it.
of industries.
That's right.
Now, have you ever worked as a S.C.O.R.E volunteer for a business outside of Butler? Like,
Oh, yes.
I know with like online, and you can meet
Oh, yeah.
virtually and everything.
Yeah, with virtual now, most of the time, we don't even meet face-to-face. We do it on Zoom or over the telephone.
Okay.
We can do it face-to-face. But I've had folks from Florida and Boston and other places, too, across the United States.
Right.
So we can work anywhere we want.
So S.C.O.R.E has a wonderful website with lots of information. I do know that there's a lot of other resources too,
Yes.
webinars.
Lots of webinars.
Right,
Yeah.
so individuals can continue their education so they can constantly be learning.
That's right.
And I do know there's also a need for volunteers, right?
There is a big need for volunteers. So if you're a retired executive in the corporate world or in small business, or if you've been insurance or banking, some of the businesses that deal with other businesses, we're looking for you because this is a chance for you to give back. It's very rewarding, and we give you all the training in the world that you need, and then we give you your own mentees.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. How many mentees do you have at one time?
Well,
Could it vary?
Oh, you can have multiple, as a
You can
matter of
have
fact.
multiple.
Oh, sure. For example, I don't know everything, but with 40 guys in Pittsburgh and ladies that know more than I do, we sometimes team up
Okay.
on the areas that we are not experts at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you have some great success stories too that you've seen.
Oh yeah, sure. The one that was just in the
paper.
in the paper, in the
Yep, I
Butler
saw.
Eagle, and yeah, that was a nice success for the folks up in Slippery Rock that opened up the restaurant for
Yeah,
the
and that's
kids.
what
Mixtape.
mixtape.
Yeah,
And
plug for
Street
Mixtape.
Eats.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
thought that's an
right.
unusual name, very catchy.
That's right.
Yes, I saw your picture in the paper, and I'm like, I think we need to have you on.
And the ice cream shop in Herman. So those of you
Okay.
who've never been there before, helped get those folks off the ground too.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they just love to have
Yeah,
this,
that's right.
right? Because it can be overwhelming. It's
Now,
a dream, but it can be overwhelming.
And I understand, I counsel a lot of businesses that confidential. This is very confidential. What you tell me stays with me. And there are some companies, you'd be surprised, that you know of and you've heard of that I couldn't tell you who they are
Sure.
because it was confidential.
Sure.
What we were doing for them and helping them transition perhaps in a generation or being sold or get bought or buy another business. So, yeah.
And Russ, how can people get a hold of you?
So you want to call the Butler Chamber of Commerce, who we've partnered with. We're a resource arm of the chamber. You call
Okay.
Jordan Grady down there at 724-283-2222, and then he will contact me.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you for always being so
Yeah.
helpful to me, too. I
Yeah, sure.
appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime.
Thank you. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time.